Hello, in this C programming video, I am going to show you the basic structure of a function. So a function allows you to encapsulate some code and just call that function, and you just call that code again and again and again. Why would you want to do this? One, it means if you need to run, let's say, a piece of code, let's say 5 lines of code 100 times, you don't duplicate it, 100 times, therefore there's 500 lines of code. You might think I'll just use a loop, but what if that code is used in multiple different places, not together? And on top of that, you only maintain that one piece of code in the function. Any function call will get updated because the function is updated. So with a function, there you put it outside because this is technically a function as well. And there's four main elements. The first part is the return type. We'll put void, which means we're not returning any piece of data. And if you are returning it, it could be because you've got a function that adds two numbers together and it returns the result. Next, you put the name of your function, and this is the name that you'll use to trigger the function. So I'm going to call it print. And next, you put the parenthesis, and in here you put any optional parameters. So these parameters are values that will get passed in and you can use them within the function. Again, I will do this in a separate video, but I wanted to show you the basic structure in this one. So we'll leave that empty, put curly braces, and this is the fourth part, which is the final part, and that's the body. And here is where all the code goes between the two curly braces. You might look at it and think, oh, it looks pretty similar to the int main. And that's because, like I said, the int main is also a function. With the int main, we have the int as the return type, so it returns an integer back to the compiler, and this takes in no parameters. Sometimes they can take in argument count and argument value, and this is the body itself. So in this body, we'll put printf, and we'll say functions. If I was to run that, what do you think will happen? Nothing happens, because by default the compiler knows to look for the main function, so it goes into here, but it doesn't care about this until we trigger it, until we call it. To call it, you just put the name, print, open close parenthesis. Inside these parentheses, you would put any values that you wanted to pass in if the function accepted values, which it doesn't at the moment. Put a semicolon, save that, run it. There you go, it says functions. And like I said, you can duplicate it. Oh, I forgot to save it. I was like, why you only printed it out once? Oh, let's try and run it again. There we go. It's functions, 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 functions. So that's it. That's the basic structure of a function in C. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord group. There's a link in the description. And feel free to post in the programming channel. And there's a link in the description to the GitHub page where you can get all the source code from this C programming series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.